Welcome back. You're on Friday Double Bill. Like most film buffs across the world, we've also turned into punters because at this time of the year, because of the Oscars, filmmaking really becomes a competitive sport. And therefore, we're going to tell you what we think should be or could be the winners at this year's Oscars. And Fahad, would you please let us know who the nominees are?
Well, absolutely. Now, there are about 8 films that are nominated for Best Motion Picture of the Year. And they are American Sniper, Birdman or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance, Boyhood, The Grand Budapest Hotel, The Imitation Game, Selma, The Theory of Everything, and Whiplash.
Well, we're starting our discussion with sort of a debate, I think, that will inevitably happen about the Best Actor for a lot of reasons. One, I think it's the toughest category this year at the Oscars because pretty much everyone has delivered with their finest performance. It's fantastic, the kind of roles that have been given to them, besides the fact that they've done it so well. But what's your choice, Fahad?
Well, I think without a shred of doubt, I'm putting my reputation out there and putting all my money behind Michael Keaton. What a comeback with Birdman. Absolutely riveting performance and really virtuoso. And given that there's so many great guys out there, I still strongly believe in him.
I mean, I know you're a huge Birdman fan, and I'm no less, to be very, very honest with you. And so, very, very fine performance, not just in the performance itself, in the delivery, but also in the writing. I think it's a very well-written role, very, enigmatic in its own way, very intriguing in every way. But I think in terms of pure performance, and I mean only like drama, as it were, it would be Eddie Redmayne for me. Not just for the fact that he's won a lot of awards, leading up to the Oscars, but we know, or at least all of us know, everything that there is to know about Stephen Hawking. To pull off a performance like that, where we believe that guy is not the one that we've always seen, but is actually an actor playing that role, I was quite blown by it because it's a very, very tough role to play. But I think also between these two, I have a feeling Bradley Cooper also stands a very strong chance, purely because one, it's a very patriotic film, and all our Academy members are very, very patriotic people, as we discussed in the past as well. So if there's going to be an upset here, it's going to be Bradley Cooper. But I think I'm also putting my money. Of course, you'll take me out if in case you lose. It will be Eddie Redmayne for me.
Well, from Best Actor, let's just get straight to Best Actress. Wonderful nominations, some great actresses. As far as I'm concerned, young Felicity Jones, terrific in Theory of Everything. You've got Rosamund Pike, who was just fantastic in Gone Girl. But I'm really going to put my money on Julianne Moore in Still Alice. Just an incredible performance.
Fahad, that seems to be the favorite, and I think most people, in fact all of them, have put their money on this particular performance. But I haven't seen Still Alice, and I'm
Terrific.
sure, yeah.
Terrific.
I mean, it looks like almost a giveaway now that she will pick up the Oscar. But because I have to choose one from the ones that I've seen from among the nominees, I would go with Rosamund Pike for Gone Girl.
Well, I've worked with her and I'm certainly rooting for her, but I have a feeling it's going to be Julianne Moore.
But Fahad, I think there are great roles, and that's one of the reasons why there's such competition in the Best Actor categories, both female and male. Quite clearly, that has a lot to do with great writing, and it's not a surprise that equally tough this year at the Oscars, besides the acting, or the performance awards, is the screenplay. I think we're just flooded with some really fine writing, both in original and adapted, because those are the two categories that Oscars has. But purely in terms of the height of imagination, for original at least, and originality is really what matters, especially with so much competition. It's Grand Budapest Hotel for me, so far as the original screenplay is concerned. What do you think?
Well, it was the Grand Budapest Hotel for me till such time that I saw Birdman. It is no question in my mind that that is miles above anything else that I have seen this year. So I strongly, strongly believe, because that really, and these 5 of them have got together and written this screenplay, just the most wonderful, innovative, and such a meditation on culture today, on life, on love, on losing, on all of that, death. It's just incredible piece of writing. So that's where I'm going. Birdman once again.
So what about the adapted screenplay?
Well, I know you haven't seen Whiplash, and perhaps if you had,
Right.
you would agree with me. But Whiplash, to me, as far as best adapted screenplay, there are some strong
And
contenders
since we're
out there.
on Whiplash, Fahad, I think that's another nomination that's going straight, which is the best supporting actor for that film. Is that correct? Is it
That's
so
right.
good that you can't look
Well,
beyond
J.K. Simmons just beautiful, really, knocks it out of the park. So that's again where I think the film really scores. Great performances, obviously helped by the fact that there's great writing.
Yeah, well, I think from the ones that I've seen in the adapted screenplay, it would have to be The Imitation Game because it's a fine screenplay, but what a story and well done.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, if we're moving on to cinematography, there are three very strong contenders as far as I'm concerned. First and foremost, of course, is Birdman. Once again, my favorite. Just the most extraordinary camera work, making the film look obviously like it's one seamless shot. Of course, there are a few cuts, but it's just the mastery of Emmanuel Lubensky, just incredible work. Dick Pope, having done Mr. Turner, just the most incredible landscapes, sunsets, sunrises ever shot on camera in a feature film. And again, Grand Budapest Hotel, just really wonderful, wouldn't you say?
Well, I agree with all your three choices, and I also agree with the fact that if you like a film, you like everything about that film, and you love Birdman, and therefore practically every nomination that you're talking about, you bring in Birdman. That's really what filmmaking is. It at some point, I think the moment it turns into a competitive sport, you wonder, so something needs to stand out, and that's one of the reasons I'll go with Dick Pope for Mr. Turner, not because I think Mr. Turner is a great film. In fact, I didn't think it was a good film at all. I almost snoozed my way through that movie. But if there was a movie that was a painting, it would be that. And I think that film was made primarily for its cinematography, and I was quite floored by it. So if I were to pick one thing from a film, which is not a good thing to do, because that's not how a film should be, but if I have to, then it would be cinematography for Dick Pope for Mr. Turner.
Well, getting on to best director and best film, I think it's a clash of the three Bs: Budapest, Birdman, and Boyhood. Completely blown away by all three films, so it's a really tough call. But I think the one that really stands out, what a no-brainer, Birdman.
Well, I'm not surprised at all, but here's the deal. Firstly, I think the best film should always be given to the best director, or the other way around, because at the end of the day, a film is really the director's medium. But I liked both the films. I liked one more than the other. Now, if best film goes to Boyhood, I'd be happy because the director Richard Linklater is also the producer, and he will receive it. If the best director goes to Inarutu, I'd be very happy because he is among the finest directors we have. So I think the best film should go to Boyhood, and I would be very happy if Best Director went to Alejandro Inarritu for Birdman.
Well, there you have it. We've stuck our necks out and decided to go with who we think are going to be the winners. 22nd of February is when the Oscars are going to be held. We're going to see you next week for one more round before the Oscars actually take place. Until then, you have the choice of watching Roy and MSG, The Messenger of God.